The audacious West Bank settlement expansion by Israel could entomb the possibility of a Palestinian state, igniting a firestorm of controversy. Let's delve into the heart of this issue. In a bold move that has sent shockwaves through the international community, Israel has announced its intention to forge ahead with the construction of thousands of new housing units in the occupied West Bank. This development, championed by the far-right Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich, is being hailed as a decisive blow to the concept of a Palestinian state. But here's where it gets controversial. Smotrich's declaration has been met with jubilation by the Israeli settle movement. Yet it has sparked outrage among Palestinians and settlement watchdogs. The government is reviving a long-dormant project to the east of Jerusalem. A move that is expected to receive official approval in the coming week. This, Smotrich asserts, is Israel's response to the recent spate of countries expressing their intent to recognize a Palestinian state. The Netanyahu administration has steadfastly opposed Palestinian statehood, a stance solidified by a resolution passed by the Israeli Knesset last year. Smotrich has been a vocal advocate for the annexation of the occupied West Bank and the extension of Israeli sovereignty over the entire territory. This contentious issue has been a thorn in the side of peace negotiations for decades. But what exactly are these settlements? And why are they so contentious? Israeli settlements in the West Bank are Jewish communities established on land that the United Nations and the international community have designated for a future Palestinian state. The expansion of these settlements is viewed by nearly the entire global community as a significant impediment to peace talks between Israelis and Palestinians. According to Peace Now, an organization that monitors settlement growth, there were 141 settlements in the West Bank as of last year. The E1 settlement project, which has been on hold for years due to intense international opposition, would link Jerusalem to the settlement of Maale Adumim. This would make the establishment of a Palestinian capital in East Jerusalem virtually unfeasible and would also divide the West Bank, thwarting the creation of a contiguous Palestinian state. Smotrich unveiled the imminent approval of 3,401 new housing units on Thursday during a press conference held at the proposed construction site. They will speak of a Palestinian dream, while we will continue to build a Jewish reality, Smotrich declared. This reality will permanently entomb the idea of a Palestinian state, for there is nothing to recognize and no one to recognize it. Yisrael Gantz, the head of the Yesha Council, which champions Jewish settlements in the West Bank, the occupied Golan Heights, and Gaza, hailed the plans as a step closer to the vision of sovereignty. We are exercising our historical right to the land of our ancestors, Gantz proclaimed. However, the Palestinian National Council's presidency vehemently condemned the advancement of the project, describing it as a systematic plan to steal land, Judaize it, and impose biblical and Talmudic facts on the conflict. Speaker Rawi Fatou characterized the colonial plan as part of a creeping annexation of the West Bank, accompanied by settler violence against Palestinians. The Israeli settlement watchdog, Peace Now, was equally scathing, labeling the plan as fatal for the future of Israel and any hope of achieving a peaceful two-state solution. In a statement, they warned, "We are standing at the brink of an abyss, and the government is propelling us forward at full speed." There is a solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and the brutal war in Gaza: the establishment of a Palestinian state alongside Israel. And it will eventually come. The government's annexation moves are pushing us further away from this solution and ensuring many more years of bloodshed. Iramim, an Israeli organization that monitors developments in and around Jerusalem, cautioned that the E1 settlement would perpetuate Israel's occupation of the West Bank, creating an apartheid reality. It would also lead to a swift and severe deterioration in economic and social conditions for the Palestinians, exacerbating instability and violence. British Foreign Minister David Lammy strongly condemned the plans, calling them a blatant breach of international law. The plans must be halted immediately, Lammy urged in a statement on Thursday. The European Union's foreign policy chief, Kaja Kallas, echoed this sentiment, urging Israel to cease the settlement expansion, which she said further undermines the two-state solution. The settlement policy, coupled with settler violence and military operations, is fueling an already tense situation on the ground and further eroding any chance for peace, Kallas stated. In contrast, the US State Department did not explicitly denounce the plans to build new settlement housing as part of E1. Instead, a spokesperson for the department emphasized the need for stability in the West Bank. The spokesperson referred CNN to the Israeli government for further details. A stable West Bank ensures Israel's security and aligns with this administration's goal of achieving peace in the region, the spokesperson said. We remain focused on ending the war in Gaza and ensuring Hamas will never govern Gaza again, freeing the hostages, including the remains of 2 Americans, and facilitating the delivery of critically needed humanitarian assistance. Israeli settlements in the West Bank are widely considered illegal under international law. The United Nations reinforced this stance in 2016 with Security Council Resolution 2334, which declared that Jewish settlements in occupied territory are a flagrant violation of international law and have no legal validity. However, these resolutions have done little to curb Israel's expanding settlement enterprise, which has grown exponentially under US President Donald Trump. During the first Trump administration, the State Department reversed long-standing US policy, ruling that settlements were not inconsistent with international law. The Biden administration has maintained this policy following the Hamas-led attack on Israel on October 7th. The Israeli government has significantly accelerated the expansion of settlements. In May, Israel approved the largest increase in Jewish settlements in the West Bank since the signing of the Oslo Accords over 30 years ago. The Security Cabinet announced the establishment of 22 new settlements, including some deep within the West Bank and in areas from which the country had previously withdrawn. A spokesman for the Palestinian Authority denounced the plan as a dangerous escalation and a challenge to international legitimacy and international law. And this is the part most people miss. The implications of these actions extend far beyond the immediate region, affecting global perceptions of Israel and its commitment to peace. As the world watches, the question remains, will these bold moves by Israel lead to a lasting peace, or further entrench the conflict? We invite you to share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below.